Hello everyone, I'm Ashley Caston and I'm here to talk to you today about how to post on Facebook. So you have these great oil testimonies that you want to share, right? So how do you actually do that? How do you put together a post that's not only going to be engaging but also authentic and not turn people off? We're going to talk about that. So here's the basic kind of setup for your post. When you post about oils, it's not always going to follow an exact formula, but this will give you an idea of how to set it up in a way that's genuine and that reads well and flows well and doesn't look like a sales ad. You want to always include your problem. So what was it that you were facing? And then how you overcame it with oils or with the products, whatever it is, and then how you felt afterwards. If you include those three things, it will make it look more like a story and less like a sales pitch. So for example, if I have a baby that's not sleeping through the night and I use lavender to help with that, then I can say, I was so tired, I wasn't getting any sleep, and my baby wasn't sleeping through the night still at 3 months old. I was introduced to lavender by a great friend of mine, and I put it on her feet at night before she went to bed. And holy cow, she slept through the night. And this mama feels so good because I got a full night's sleep as well. So that's just an example, right? So that's obviously in my tone, it's my story. It's not a sales pitch like, hey, you need lavender because it does X, Y, Z, because people will not be drawn to that. Okay, when you put up your posts, always include photos, but never include graphics. Photos are pictures that you have taken yourself with a person in it or your products, maybe sitting on a countertop or something pretty. People are going to be drawn to that. If they see a graphic with wording on it, although those are very informative, they usually send off alarms that, this is some kind of sales pitch. So always use your own photos. Also, you want to add personality to your post. So don't let your post be dull and boring because you are not dull and boring. Even if you don't think that you are a funny person or, the life of the party, that it doesn't matter. Everyone has their own personality and you want to put that in your post. You want to make it engaging. I like to put humorous stuff in my posts because I like to laugh at myself and laugh at life. And so I'll often put like funny hashtags in there, or I will say something, about mom life that we all can relate to. That's how I add personality to my post. You will find your voice and what works for you, but always make it sound like you and not like a stale, just post about the oils. Okay, you can also leave space between your wording to make it more attractive. I highly recommend this. White space is a beautiful thing. So what this means is that instead of putting your entire story in one paragraph, a big chunk for people to read, space it out every couple or maybe few sentences. So maybe say, for all you moms out there who have babies who aren't sleeping through the night, you have to read this, and then put a space, right? Then say, Adelie at 6 months old still wasn't sleeping through the night. I thought I was going to go insane. Leave another space. That way it's easier on the eyes and it doesn't look overwhelming to them. If they see a giant paragraph, they're probably going to scroll right past it because they think, I don't have time to read this. But if they see it spaced out, almost kind of like bullet points, right? If you think that way, like the way that we can take in information if it's spaced out, if they see it set up like that, then it's easier on their eyes and they just kind of are drawn, like they read through it and are drawn to the next point without making it feel like it's a giant chunk of information to take in at once. Also, never just share posts. Make sure that you always put them in your own words. If you see something you like and you ask the person if you can reshare that, that is fantastic, but don't just hit the share button because it really doesn't get a lot of views on Facebook, and so you're robbing yourself of the engagement. Put it in your own words. Don't use their wording. Use your own. And if they have a picture that you like or whatever that they took themselves, it's not a graphic, you're free to use that if they say it's okay. Just make sure the wording is your own. Also, never put message me in your post. If it's engaging enough and your story is strong enough and it's clear what these oils did for you, then they're going to message you. So you don't have to say anything, which is a great part about it. You don't have to put yourself out there like a salesperson because we're not. We are just sharing oils. We are not selling kits. Okay, last thing, how much should I post? Generally speaking, we use the 2 to 5 rule. So 2 posts a week on oils and 5 posts a week on your personal life. So 5 posts a week, you know, that's the kids or whatever it is that speaks to your brand that you want to relate to people. So if that's your faith, your family, food, maybe you're really into food, whatever it is, post about that kind of stuff at least 5 times a week. And then you can mix in 2 business posts, or, you know, I mean, I say business, but your oil stories 2 times per week. That way it's not overloaded and people are like, okay, all she talks about is oils now. It'll just kind of weave as part of your life. I'm just sharing about food, and the next day, hey, my toddler fell and got a scraped knee. We use Owie oil, and it'll look really natural. I hope those tips helped.